Song Mentor, and today's rock and selection is Twist and Shout. The song was written in 1961 by Burt Russell and Phil Medley, and it was originally recorded, I thought, by the Isley Brothers, but in researching this I found out it was a group called the Top Tones that had the original version, produced by none other than the infamous Phil Spector. The song didn't have enough vibe for the writers, so they went on and found someone else to produce it, and the Isley Brothers did a recording of it. But I think the best version was saved for the Beatles and John Lennon. And sometimes it's not the original that is the best version of a particular song. And maybe I'm a little partial, but the Beatles version of Twist and Shout is iconic. Here's the Beatles, John Lennon, Twist and Shout. All right, Twist and Shout. I forgot to mention the original title, Shake It Up, Baby. Okay, I toiled over this decision as well as I sometimes do with keys. It's funny how you learn things. My band's been playing this song for a long time, in the key of C, and I researched it and listened to it a few times and suddenly realized that it's in the key of D. And that's fine. Open chords, I can kind of show you that, but a couple of reasons why I'm going to show you, teach the song in the key of C instead of the key of D. A little bit meatier sound on the progression. Using those bar chords, a little bit meatier sound there. And also when we get to the little bridge section, it's easier to play that little dual note bridge section in the key of C. So I just think for your sake, and if you want three reasons, third reason is much easier to sing in C than in D. It's already up there. John Lennon, when he recorded this song, was at the end of a long day's session, his voice cracking all over the place, which gives it its great characteristic sound. But I don't want that to happen to you necessarily, so we're going to learn it in the key of C. So here are the chords you need. You need a bar or a G5 chord, a bar G chord. And we're going to vary that bar G chord, especially when we get to the when we get to that section, we'll be playing more notes in the chord as we see what I'm doing there, adding a note each time, but essentially a bar G chord, a bar C chord, and I'm going to go say C5 again here. I want to say C5 because essentially you're going to be picking down on the 5 and 4 strings. An F major bar chord, really an F5 because the emphasis is on the 6 and 5 strings on your strumming. Now we are connecting the G with the C via that little run up, but we'll talk about that later. When we get to the end of the song, we're going to climb up from G all the way to C. So I'm not going to mention all those chords because, technically speaking, we're playing a G5, a G sharp 5, an A5, a B flat 5, a B5, and a C5. But that's just at one point in the song. And then we're going to play that C9 chord. And I'm going to show you that when your first finger is on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Your 3rd finger's on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and your 3rd finger is flattened out, covering the 3rd fret of the 1, 2, and 3 strings. Beatles chord. All right, simple chord progression. I should mention that you're also going to end up playing at some point a G bar G7 chord, because as we fill that chord in, the last time we're going to turn it into a G7 chord, which means I just take my pinky and apply it to the 6th fret of the 2nd string. And we'll play that G7 from time to time as an accent chord throughout. All right, let's get started. Those are the chords. Okay, let's talk about this intro and essentially what is the rhythm pattern for the song. We're starting on that G bar G chord, and we're going to pick down on the 6 and 5 strings going to pick an open A, a muted open A, and then we're going to come up to this what basically is a B5 chord, bar chord. So you're playing a B bar chord, and then slide that up to the C. Okay, just take a look at the right hand there. And that's going to take us to now I'm throwing a little open E note in there before I play the F and the G, the F5 and G5. Take a look at the right hand one more time. Okay, now after that second time through, here's where you can start accenting with that G7 chord if you like this. Okay, so we're just accenting with that G7 chord. Okay, that's your standard riff and rhythm pattern for all the verses and the intro to the song. All right, so let's do a playthrough of the opening, 2 bars, opening of that intro, and then 8 more bars, which would be the end of the first verse. First verse connects directly with the second verse. There's nothing in between, but we'll stop at the end of the 10 bars altogether. Here we go. All right, well, we're going to go ditto through the second verse there because it's identical. And what I want to get to now is the nice vocal harmony there. I'll try to do that for you, actually put that harmony in so you can hear where they go. But we're going to start with a bar G chord. And I want to show you the rhythm with the right hand right off the bat here. Matter of fact, I'll stick with the right hand and just show you what I'm doing here because you can see it clearly. I'm going to pick 2 strings, and then 3 strings, and then 4, and then 5. And when I pick the 5th string, which is, of course, counting from 6 down, here 6, 5, 4, 3, which would be the second string, it's at that point where I turn it into a G7. So I can play. Now I'm going to continue on for 2 more bars. Okay, so let's go through that again, watching the right hand. Obviously I didn't put the correct vocals in there, but I will later. Just give you an idea how those vocals fit in with that elongated stretch, the 6 bars of a G chord.
that is modified each time to include one more string as we go each time. All right? The first four anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's move on. I'm just going to reverse the order of instruction here and show you the ending of the song, simply because it's connected to what we just learned. What we're going to do is play those 4 bars, not 6 this time, but 4 of the and we're going to cut it on just a straight 1 hit on the G7 chord. So on that 4th bar, we're going to cut that short. And right after that, and then the C9 chord. Okay? So let's do that one more time. All right, there's the ending to Twist and Shout. All right, now for that little instrumental interlude. And a funny story about this, for years and years we played this song, and I played one set of notes. Our lead guitar player played a second set of notes. We played them in harmony together, and we each had to remember our little parts and that sort of thing. And then one day I was watching, I think it was the Ellen DeGeneres show. She had a young guitar player on. He was a phenom. He was like 7 years old. And of course, she was apt to do, she awarded him a guitar because it was his dream to play guitar. But anyway, he did Twist and Shout on the show, and he entertained the crowd, and it was great. And here's this 7-year-old playing. And I'm going, he's playing that by himself. And it never dawned on me. And in fact, I saw a lesson on YouTube the other day where a guy was saying there's 2 guitar players playing in this instrumental section. And I thought, no, there's not. Ask the 7-year-old. So here it is. Now this is just as if we're playing a C chord, and I'm picking down on the 5 and 4 strings as if I were playing a C chord. So my 3rd finger's on 3rd fret 5th string, 2nd finger is on 2nd fret 4th string. And then I'm going to bum, bum, bum. So I'm going to pick it again, and then move the fingers up 1 string. So now my 3rd finger's on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, and my 2nd finger's on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. There's the first bit. And that part's easy. That's the other part of the C chord. Well, not a C chord, but I've got the C note here, and then I've got the A note on the G string. So more like a part of a D minor chord, if you like. That note and that note. And pluck the 3rd and 2nd strings. And then 3rd and 2nd strings open. So we have, so far, again. And the last little bit is open 4th and 3rd strings, and then that same position, that same alignment we had, the second alignment we had, that one. So again, 3rd finger, 3rd fret 4th string, 2nd finger, 2nd fret 3rd string. And the very last beat is open 3rd string and 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So that's the end of it. Again. Now it plays through that. 1, dun 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 dun. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to pick through that, what I just taught you there, 4 times through, and then we're into this. All right, there's the little instrumental. Only one guitarist.
We'll shake it up, baby, now. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Come on and work it on out. Come on and work it on out. You know you look so good. You know you got me going now, just like I knew you would. Well, shake it up, baby, now. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Come on and work it on out. You know you twist the little girl. You know you twist so fine. Come on and twist a little closer now, and let me know that you're mine. Ooh. Ow! Yeah! Shake it up, baby, now. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Come on and work it on out. Come on and work it on out. You know you look so good. You know you got me going now, just like I knew you would. Well, shake it, baby, now. Well, shake it, baby, now. Well, shake it, baby, now. Well, shake it, baby, now.
All right, one tiny little flub there in the guitar break, but there's your playthrough, and I'll tell you right now that I'm not doing the vocals until my voice is good and raw from a weekend of gigging. And on Sunday afternoon, when I have that Lennon raw voice, we'll throw in all the lead vocals for this, and you wouldn't know that, except I'm telling you that right now. Fine tuning for Twist and Shout. Keep that rhythm pattern going. It's a little bit monotonous, but when you get the singing and the other vocals in there, it's a great song to play. Nice little single guitar player, guitar lead break in there. Don't muff the end like I did. And otherwise, just a great song. It gets people up and dancing. They love singing along with the... you can get everybody singing on that one. The Beatles, Isley Brothers remake, Twist and Shout. We'll see you next time on Song Mentor.